Hello, future me. Welcome to day 242. Today's went by pretty fast. Um, I went to Mima's today with my dad. Helped her with some Christmas stuff. Then went to Cracker Barrel, and the food was horrendous. But I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to that in a hot second. Hold on. First, I don't know if you can tell, but I don't know if I ever talked about it, but kind of towards the end of the semester, me and my roommate and me and Ricky and Sarah noticed that my keyboard was broken, which was a huge bummer because I play piano. Besides the ukulele and trumpet, piano is the only instrument I know, and voice. And it's the one I know the best. And it sucks because at first I was like, maybe it's the chord, but then I was like, oh, what if it's the piano? So me and my dad had a talk, and I was like, what's a new piano? Is a new piano on the table? And he was like, well, not for Christmas. You might have to wait till your birthday. My birthday's around 5 months. And I was like, damn, I'm going to have to go without a piano for 5 months. But then I was like, okay, here, let's just order a cable. And if it doesn't work, we can return it. And if it does, that's awesome. So we ordered a cable. My dad was sure it wasn't going to work, but we plugged it in and it fucking works. I'm so happy. I'm so happy it works. Oh my God. I gave my dad a big high five. Okay, well, what have I eaten today? I woke up around 9. I actually woke up at 9 without an alarm, but I was so tired I set an alarm for 9:30 and got up at 9:40, which surprisingly, 9:40 is the same time I got out of bed yesterday morning, but I had actually woke up at 9 and stayed up. So I slept for an extra 30 minutes and got up at the same time I did yesterday morning and slept in a little bit. It's a little sad. What did I have for breakfast? I had eggs and some toast, and I did actually have breakfast. I was pretty hungry when I woke up. Pretty hungry now, but I don't think I want to eat. I do have bad news. I have gained weight. I am 260. I'm pretty sure I was like 256, 257 last time I weighed myself. That fucking sucks. But I am going to continue exercising. I have to make myself do it, because right now I am kind of at the turning point where now that I've realized I've had no progress, I don't want to keep going. But I know that I will get progress. I just need to cut back on eating. And I feel legitimately hungry. Well, kind of. I feel hungry, but I'm like 80% sure it's appetite. I just have an appetite. But now that I'm saying that, I actually do feel hungry. Fuck. I want to try not to eat. Because I just ate Cracker Barrel. I ate Cracker Barrel at like 5 something. It's been 6 hours. Damn, it's been 6 hours. I have leftovers. If I feel like super hungry, I might eat the leftovers. But yeah. So that's all. That's all I've had to eat today is breakfast and Cracker Barrel. But it sucks. I wish I had made more progress. But the part of progress is the journey along the way. But yeah. So I went to Mima's, helped set up the Christmas tree. What else? We didn't really do much else. It was in the basement. We had to bring the tree up from the stairs. Other than that, I haven't done much. I am getting way into psychedelics again. I want to do shrooms so fucking bad. I have a whole thing planned out. I want to do shrooms, then I want to take acid, and then I want years down the road. Like if I ever get my hands on acid, I want to try it. But years down the road, I want to try DMT. Years down the road, I need to go slow. DMT is a mind fuck, and then eventually I want to try what the fuck is it called? I was just talking about it with my dad. Something Natwa. But it's like a journey. It lasts like 3 to 4 days. Why the fuck am I not remembering? I just punched the shit on my prefrontal cortex. My frontal cortex. Tayanawa? That's so racist. What the fuck? God damn it. DMT along the way. I want to try salvia. What else? I think those are like the main ones. Shrooms, acid and LSD. They're the same thing. I didn't know that. I always thought acid and LSD were different things. Shrooms, acid, salvia, DMT. Probably in that order. I think DMT is going to be last. Why am I remembering? So, no, and then whenever... So, it's going to be... Sorry, again. Shrooms, acid, salvia, DMT, and then whatever the name, I can't remember, because DMT is a very DMT is kind of like a strand of this name that I can't remember. I'm just going to call it like dementia. I'm going to call it dementia the drug. So again, I'm sorry, last time. Shrooms, acid, DMT, salvia, dementia. DMT is I'm pretty sure is a variant, is a lower version of dementia, which is insane because DMT is already described as one of the most strongest psychedelics. But I've just been watching so many like trip reports. I loved, what's his name? Is it Psych Substance? I fucking love that guy. That guy's so cool. Let me see. Psyched Substance. Is that his name? I really like that guy. He is very knowledgeable, but also like this can ruin your life, but can also be the best experience of your life. He's very I don't know what the word is, like respectful, I guess. But I want to try it so bad. And again, I mentioned this, like obviously I want to have fun with it, but the amount of things that you can learn about yourself from just one low grade experience of it is fucking phenomenal. At least that's what I've heard. My dad keeps telling me to like have no expectations from this, and I'm trying my hard not to. I'm trying my best not to. I don't have any high expectations, but obviously I'm going to have visuals and I'm going to trip balls. But other than that, I don't know what I know I'm going to have visuals, but I don't know what the visuals are going to be. And I've seen like a lot of artist renditions, and I know that's not actually what I want to see. But I'm so excited, but so nervous at the same time. I don't meditate that often. I think I will meditate before it. Whenever I do get to take it, I think right before I take it, I want to meditate. I just hope it's one of those things, like with weed. One of the things that I learned with weed is if you have a really good experience, like a really good trip with weed, for the first time for me, it was way overwhelming. It was incredibly overwhelming, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. But then, so the second time I did it, I was a little nervous to do it because I was like, damn, what if I get that again? It was a little scary the first time, but I still had a good time. It was just overwhelming and a little scary. So when I did it the second time, I was nervous, and I did it, and I was even more nervous and more nervous. But then I realized that the weed was like calming me down. It was taking that anxiety and kind of just getting just rid of it. And I had a good time. Now there are times where you do get paranoia from weed. That does happen, and that has happened to me. But for that specific thing, it got rid of my anxiety, and I'm really hoping that shrooms at least does that with lower doses. Me and my dad kind of agreed on, was it like 1 or 1.5 grams? I wanted to do 2, but I feel like 1.5 is a good starting point. And I still don't really have a good, what does this look like with it off? I have this covering the light to kind of diffuse it because it's incredibly bright. This light's died or something. I don't know what's wrong with that one. I got a text from someone. Let's see. Who is the text from? Hey, Enrique texted. That's awesome. I gotta text him back. But yeah. But yeah, I really want to try it. I might not like it. I really hope I do, but I might not. I just want to feel just what it feels like, having these kind of experiences, even with weed. Most people I don't think realize how strong weed is, because I have had strong weed and it's fucking insane. I had borderline one hallucination, and it was a closed eye hallucination. I actually no, I had two. The open eye one was I had a Subway sandwich and I opened it up and it was a meatball sub. I was like, what the fuck is this? I look over at Enrique, look back, and it's a tuna sandwich. I swear to God, I saw the red meat sauce in it, and I looked back and it was gone. Second time was cooler. It was a cooler experience. I was just laying in my bed, and I saw this just vision of a neon city out like it's a black city outlined in neon, and I could see like the outlines of houses and streets, but it was all neon outlines, and the filling of the city was black, but it was just the outline that was neon. It wasn't a super vivid hallucination, but it was vivid enough that I could see it. Um, and that was I can picture it in my head. It was really cool. It wasn't anything like it wasn't geometric shapes. It did not fill my entire vision. It was just this thing that was just there. And then you have like kind of what I call the in mind hallucinations where you start your fucking third eye, not spiritually, like think of SpongeBob and you see it in your head, but you don't actually see it. Your imagination. It's called the fucking imagination. What the fuck am I talking about? Your imagination becomes so much more vivid to the point where you can kind of convince yourself that you're seeing something. And it's kind of mind warping because when you're really high, your perspective, at least this is how I can explain it, your perspective kind of shifts over into your imagination. Like, it's almost like I was having this out of body experience, but it wasn't my body. It was like an out of mind experience where I was kind of looking at my own perception. And that's the best way I can explain it. Another thing I got, which I still get, it was that time thing I get where I can feel the movement of time, but I actually thought of a really good analogy for it. It's like I can see my vision on a screen. It's like my eyes are cameras and I can see it on a screen. I don't see everything like it's on a screen, but what I do feel is if I'm looking at my eyesight through a screen, like I can see what I'm looking at through a screen, it's like I can feel what would be behind the screen, if that makes sense. So like let's say if what I'm seeing right now is on this phone, like what I'm seeing right now is on this phone. What I feel like in the time thing is I can tell what's behind the screen. The only way you could make full sense of that is if you experienced it. And once you experience it, you would completely agree with me. It's sad because I have to end it. I really wish I did this one sooner. I love talking about this shit because I love abstract thought so much. I just love taking something that doesn't make sense. I love thinking about things. That's why I want to do this. It's because I love just things that don't make sense. Because like, and I don't really like. Obviously, I want to find answers, but I feel like once you find the answer, it's not fun. It's not fun. The whole fun of it is not understanding it. And that's a big reason why I want to do shit like this is because adventures like obviously when I get older and I have enough money, I want to go on like adventures. I want to travel across the world. I want to hike big mountains. I want to do that. But psychedelics are a completely other kind of adventure that you can't get anywhere else. At least that's the kind of gist I'm getting. And I really want to try it. And I there's going to be a lot of people that'll be like, no, don't do it. Drugs aren't gateways to happiness, and I know that, but psychedelics can literally change your life in a really good way if you know how to use it. You can learn just things about yourself that you couldn't see before, like with ego death. I don't want to go through ego death anytime soon. That shit's terrifying, but it's such a good learning experience because something with ego death, it literally puts you through hell. It puts not like hell, but it takes everything that you perceive as yourself and everything around you and just squishes it. And you go through this kind of living hell. And what that teaches you is how fucking awesome this life is. Like, from what I understand from like trip reports, you kind of go through ego death and then you kind of get this sense still within the like trip, this sense of like comfort after it. But then once the substance wears off, you get this overwhelming sense of just joy that, you know, life is amazing and that sticks with you for a long time. And that's what I want. But yeah, I'm going to end it there, and I'm really sorry because I want to talk about this so much more, but this video is already 14 minutes and I don't know how long it's going to take to upload. I might talk about this more tomorrow. I just love talking about this shit. It's so fascinating. Just, it's stuff that grows from the fucking earth and we don't understand it at all. Like, people who take it all like everyone's going to be different, everyone, but there's so many just like factors that are the same throughout every trip. Like geometric shapes. Why the hell is it geometric shapes? And like, why do people see entities? Like, it might have something to do with, well, what's it called when you see faces and patterns? Pareidolia? I don't know. But like, but we hear things I don't know. I'm just excited to try it. I'm gonna end it there. I'm sorry if I forgot to talk about anything. Leave in the comments or talk about it tomorrow. Goodbye, my sons. Goodbye.